so lightly in the preseason have been seeded so low in the NCAA tournament and have been able to reach an elite eight. In that perspective, how special was this ride for you guys?
Well, I think it gave us, I don't know if you say motivation, something to prove all along. You know, I said from last year at the banquet and then after that just getting a taste of being in the NCAA tournament was such a benefit. It was an honor for Wes and DJ and Austin and Zach and those guys, those seniors. It was great for them, but for the other guys, just to have that taste. And I think it was definitely a motivating factor. And then when you started seeing, you know, the different polls and all that stuff come out, you know, we talked about it. We didn't just make it a daily ritual, but we, you know, you gotta, you know, the saying we had on the board from day one is, if you don't wake up every morning with something to prove, you'll never improve. And that's all we talked about, was continue to make improvement. I said all along we should have 3 of the better, you know, players in the league, and I think, you know, we definitely had 2 of them, and if Cam would have stayed healthy, he could have been up there. And you know, when you have experience, you got 3 guys that are pretty good, it's going to help. And then, you know, the other guys, you didn't know. Obviously, you know, I thought Xavier would take some steps, and he did. You know, but you had unknowns with Mac and Cartier and some of Mike McGurl, some of those guys. But they all kept pushing. I told them today the best thing about them, one, every day they came to do their job, and they worked hard. We didn't have to motivate them every day. But probably the most important thing is that they were so together and enjoyed each other and played together, worked together, and then they had success together. And that's, you know, when you brought it up about close games several times, and you know, how do you win? Well, toughness, defense, but also being together and staying together. It helps you in those situations.
The possibility of getting those 3 guys back, how excited does that make you as a coach?
Well, it's, you know, what you're built for, obviously, to have veteran guys, to have seniors. We didn't have seniors this year and had success. And, you know, I said last year they should be 3 of the better players, and they proved it. And now can they take another step and be 3 of the better players, not only in the league, but maybe in the country? And I think they have that capability, but they got to continue to work hard. Push themselves and continue to improve. You know, you throw in Xavier's big jump, and you know, got some exposure in the tournament. Hopefully, it's motivating for all the guys. And you know, I've told them today, my whole theme is be humble and be hungry. And you know, and then as staff, we got to keep them happy, and that'll be a big thing, because we do have more pieces to the puzzle that have proven they can have success.
Assuming he returns, how beneficial is the test in NBA waters going to be for Barry?
Well, I don't. We'll see. I hope it's a good experience for him. Obviously, last year Cam put his name in and really didn't get much, you know, to it. He didn't really get many. He didn't get workouts and didn't get much feedback. So, you know, but if he can, you know, Barry had a little better year. He had a little more exposure nationally. You know, so if he can get some exposure, I think it helps him. It gets him ready for next year, and that's the only thing I would have really encouraged Dean, if he was healthy right now, to be part of that, just so next year when it comes about, you understand the process. And you know, but he'll, you know, they've already talked to Wes, you know, Rodney, guys like that, and see what it's about. And you know, and hopefully our experience as a staff and having guys go through that can help them along the way.
Can you talk about?
Worried they don't go out there and play so well that he will turn?
Oh, if he does, that's great for him. If he can be a first-round pick, so be it. I mean, you know, I want him back. There's no doubt. But this is about, you know, guys developing, which he did. This is about getting opportunities, and if he plays that well and gets there, then, you know, that's fine. But you know, I've talked to his dad quite a bit, and his dad's a little more old school, and you know, I don't know about this stuff. But you know, we talked the other day, and you know, he said, Coach, he's coming back, but he wants to, you know, see what's going on and see what's out there. But if he plays that well, you know, we've done our jobs as coaches to get him ready, and that would be a positive.
You guys obviously picked 8th in the Big 12 entering the season. Now, today it was announced you guys finished 19th in the Coaches Bowl, and you'll probably enter next season nationally ranked as well. Take it from there. What's your next step for this group?
Well, one of the first things I talked to him after the game, after Loyola, was, you know, one, how proud I am, all the stuff we went through. But then I said, expectations changed. You know, now you got what you wanted. You got exposure. You got some national recognition. You know, there should be higher expectations. Now, how do you deal with that? It's one thing to deal, as kind of the underdog where you have something to prove. It's a whole nother thing to prove that you can live up to expectations and deal with success. And we talked about it. The leadership has to even be better, and the guys getting along and if and I think you saw it. If you have success, you get notoriety, and I want them to have individual success, but not at the expense of the team success. And if the team has success, everyone will get the exposure and notoriety that they want.
Coach, can you talk about Mao's decision a little bit and what went into that?
He wants to play,
right?
And it just didn't look like he was going to have the opportunity to play. And he's got 1 year left. He came in, and he talked about he's been a great teammate, and I wish him the best. He's been great, and I told him I appreciate him several times during the year because he came here to have a chance to play. I think it really hurt him last summer that he wasn't here. He didn't really have workouts for 5 months or so from when he finished there, and he just always seemed to be behind, whether it was a weight room or basketball court. Now I said, no matter what you do, you got to get someplace and be ready to go in, when they start school in June. And so you give yourself the best opportunity to play. But good young man, very intelligent. He's going to be successful in life. There's no doubt about that.
Is it common to have those kind of talks with every player after the season's over?
Well, we had individual meetings after every, with everyone. I don't know if you call them exit interviews or end of season interviews, whatever you want to talk about. And obviously, if it's your seniors and stuff, it's the end of the season or the exit. If it's the other guys, end of the season. And just, where do you see yourself? What do you see? What do you need to get better? And I'll meet with them again here. We gave them, this couple weeks off. We got the banquet tonight. Obviously, but just come back and now what do you want to get better, and what are we going to focus on as a staff? We'll go through and talk about each guy individually, what we see as goals for the spring, summer, and fall, and then hopefully it coordinates with what they want to get better also.
Are you expecting any other transfers at this point?
I don't know. Right now, we'll just have to see what happens.
I got to ask, what was your reaction when you found out on Maud?
Oh, obviously you're disappointed. I'm sad. I'm sad for Ahmad, for his family. But obviously, when you get involved with some of the law, it's a serious issue. And for me, departmental policy, everything, I can't really say other than that. I just, I only know a little bit, and we'll be there to help him if we can in any way. But at the same time, he's got to deal with his consequences.
Anything else for Coach?